And we are starting with the first day of our practical, and we will be doing with our activity record journal today because yeah, yeah, please. I request everybody to please mute. Kartika, please mute. Yeah, fine. Thank you. So this is the book which I wanted to introduce you. As I told you, it is in Google Playbook. See here, can you see this book? When you go in Google, if you purchase this from your mobile also, you can open this in your laptop or in your system. You just have to go in the Google and then you have to go in the playbooks. So I purchased this book. If you want, you can purchase this. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this. This book is easily available in all the online stores and even in the offline stores. We are going to learn this, teaching Montessori in the home. This book involves all the equipments and materials which we can make it in the home. Right? So today first we will understand the name of the author is this. If you want, you can take the screenshot of this or you write down the name. Of the author. Taken. So we'll be referring on this book only. So here are the contents of this book. You can just go through this, and else I will be sending you all the contents of this if you are not purchasing this book. It is not a compulsion to purchase this book. Just purchase this ebook because I'll be teaching you from this book only. So daily you will be getting this thing. So if you want, you can take a screenshot. Else I'll be sending you the PDF one by one. Okay. So this is the all content. Here, as I introduced you yesterday about the module 1. In module 1, we are actually learning more about Dr. Maria Montessori. This part 1, Montessori in Home, introduce all about Dr. Maria Montessori and all about how you can prepare your home school. Because this is nothing but homeschooling, right? Montessori is an activity school, which is nothing but a homeschooling. So how can you prepare your home as a school? That is what we are going to learn. So this is about the module 1. This part 1 is about the module 1. This part 2 is about the module 2, which I told you yesterday. You may have written the exercises towards the practical life. See, as you can understand here, this practical life, what all activities are here. See, for these type of activities, literally you do not require any material, isn't it? All these materials are easily available at home. Okay, you just have to make the child a habit of doing all these things. What we Indians do actually, till the child is 6 years old, we are spoon feeding the child everything. But what Dr. Maria Montessori says that with the base level, the child is coming to the school, that is till the age of 3 only. You must spoon feed the child. After the age of 3, the child must do his or her own work on his own. That's why you must introduce the child towards the practical life experiences. Okay, so these are some basic activities, okay, which we think that the child will not be able to do. But we prepare the environment of Montessori in such a way that the child does all this work on his own. See, opening and closing the drawer. There's a method to open and close the drawer. We can make them do the action first. Just hold the handle like this and then open it like this. Or you can pay with the 2 bottle handles. You have to open it like this. We can make them do the action like this. So that when they are opening it, they are not jerking their hand like this and then throwing out the drawer down. Many children do that. And then what happens? Parents go, no, don't do this. Otherwise, you are going to fall down everything. All the material is going to spread all over the floor and I have to pick it up. You are not going to pick it up, right? But when we make them do this activity, slowly first, without opening the drawer, just pretending that there is a drawer. Okay, pretend that there is a drawer and you are opening it and then closing it. Open the drawer, close the drawer. This is also giving them the practical life experience and the kinesthetic development, right? This way they are doing it. And then one day give them an environment. Keep something related to the drawers. And there are materials also, I'll be letting you know. With a cardboard also, you can make, even take a cartoon in which we get a lot of materials. And then you can make different types of drawers into that. And then you can just tell them, put your hand like this, open it, close, open, close, open, close. So this way you actually help your children to work with the daily life practices. Similarly, busy boards and dressing frames. These are also important. In dressing frames, what all things are there? What all things are there in dressing frames? How to dress up their own self. This is important, which we teach in Montessori with the help of different frames. This frame is nothing but a wooden frame. Okay, like how we have a photo frame, we have a wooden frame. We can work this with a wooden photo frame also. If you have a photo frame in your house, which uh, the mirror or the glass is broken out, you can use that frame. Okay, it is not compulsory that you purchase a frame or just pack up with a carpenter and just take up with a frame and then you do it. You can use the frame which is at home, which is going to be wasted. Okay, in that frame, you just take a fabric with the buttons. The shirt which is having a button, you just have to cut the sleeves of the shirt and the upper part of the shirt. Just tuck it with some nails on the frame and the dressing frame is ready with the buttons. The child just have to place the button and open the button. Because if the child does this activity, the child is able to button up his shirt and open up the button of the shirt. Same way, you can make a frame of chains. Class later. Class, class later. क्लास ले रहे हैं अभी थोड़ा थोड़ा ले ले फिर बता. So you can have chains into it, right? Then you can have hooks. Okay, you can have velcro. So these all things are there in their dressing up. So with these activities they learn how to dress up their own self. This is the important life practical exercises for them. So we make them understand these type of activities with different types of frames. Next, pouring the rice. You have to keep some empty bowls, and in one bowl there must be earned rice that is uncooked rice. Okay, and you have to pick up the bowl and pour it into another so that even a single rice is not falling on the table. To do it so slowly and gradually from one side, then pick up from this side to another side. So this can be done with any two bowls, right? So these are some practical life exercises in which you don't have to make anything. You just have to write that how you are going to make this activity do actually physically in the classroom. You have to give them in the environment. Karthik, jao, bahar jao. Go outside. Okay. Next one is dusting. Yes, that doesn't mean that if there is an ayah or anybody who is doing the dusting work at the house or in the school has to do the dusting. We can keep one day dusting activity, and the child is cleaning off or wiping off his or her own table. Then the child understands the importance of dusting. Then the child will not spill up on the table, isn't it? So if we make them understand the importance of practical life, they are going to do much and more better in their own sense, and they are going to learn these things much and more faster, and they will be independent. Montessori actually helps the child to become an independent at the age of 6, because a 3-year child, we are making them do this type of activities. By the end of 6 years, the child is able to do all his work independently, isn't it? So these are some activities of practical life. So that we'll be doing one by one here in this book. We are having it. I've just read all these things. Here you can go through all these things. You can take a screenshot. Next module is our on early sensorial exercises. See here, as I told you, in senses, these are different types of materials. Yes, these materials, I'll be showing you the pictures of these materials, and even you can make these materials. You can make use of different types of materials which are easily available at your home. Like as I told you, to make drawers, you can use a big cartoon. In that, you can put some another cartoon, small cartoons, and then you can make it a drawer like that. Okay. Similarly, you can make pink tower also. You can color it. You can use a pink color paper and then you can make a pink tower. You just have to pick it up like this and then place it over up. This is the position. When you are having a block, a pink color block, this is the way you have to pick it up from here and place it here. And the second one, you have to pick it up from here and place it here on the top. Doesn't what do? We put here like this and then like this and then like this and then like this. What happens? It falls down. So we have to teach them the proper procedure, how to pick up the block, how to place it. This is the way. That things we are going to learn in this. Okay, the cylinders, the solid insects. Now, how are these solid insects? That also we'll be teaching you all. Fine, everything is there in this book itself. So for this, the second practical, the activity record journal, you have to write the activities from this. Okay. See here, you can see the sound bottles and the scent bottles, the color tablets. These are very easy to make. Sound bottles. What are the sound bottles? You have to take some small bottles. We have many different bottles of spices which are which are transparent also and which may not be transparent. You can use the powder bottles also, like the talcum powder bottles. You can just open it and put something which makes the sound. You can put a marble, you can put a stone, you can put some conches, and just make a sound. It becomes a sound bottle, isn't it? We just have to introduce a sound to the child. Okay. Similarly, the scent bottles, the things which are giving aroma like clove, things which are giving aroma like jeera, the materials which are there in the kitchen, the flowers, different types of flowers, agarbattis, the water. You put in the water, if you put some agarbattis, the scent is coming, put it in a bottle, place one paper on it, and just give a sense of smell to the child. The child is smelling different types, so that the child is understanding different senses of smell. And that is nothing but a scent bottle. So can't we make all these things at home, right? We can make all these things at home, isn't it? And we can give them, our main intention is to give a child a proper experience of senses. It should give a sense simulation to the child. It should give a practical life experience to the child. And the fourth module is the reading and writing, which is the language development, where I told you about the phonics and languages. See here, pictures and sounds you can understand here. Pictures and sound. Okay, pictures and sound will come in the phonics. Sandpaper letters. Sandpaper, you know, when we do painting, isn't it? When we do painting, we make the use of sandpaper. We are actually rubbing the walls with the sandpaper so that all the dust comes out, right? With the use of those papers, and the back side is smooth and the ahead side is rough. Okay, on the back side, you have to make the letters on them. That I'll be teaching you how you are going to make it. See, if you are making it, pretend that this is the sandpaper, this is the back side, and this is the front side. The front side is rough and the back side is smooth. Here, if you're writing the letter A with a pencil like this, okay, cut it this and then paste the Fevicol here, paste it on a mount board. When the child touches that, it is going to prick the rough area on the finger of the child. The child will feel the mount board is smooth and the sandpaper is rough. The child will feel the slanting line, one more slanting line, and a sleeping line. With this, the child learns the formation of the letter. Right? So this way, with the help of sandpapers, you have to make some flashcards. These are the teaching aids, which I told you yesterday. Teaching aids related to the sense teaching. This is what about it. We have to make these sense a type of flashcards. Okay. So there are many different things I'll be teaching you. So first, I just wanted to introduce you with all these things. So here with this part 4, we'll be ending with the model 4. And this arithmetic exercises. This will come in module 5, and module 6 and 7, numeracy and everything's are there. With this this will be coming in module 5. After this, we are not following this book. We are just giving you an idea that how you can make these equipments. See here, these are some materials that how you can make these equipments at your home. Okay, so these are the content of the book. Now first let us understand about Dr. Maria Montessori. Okay, so as the first thing, as all these things I've told you, that how you are going to do the practical exercises, the need of the child. A teacher in Montessori is nothing but a directress. She's going to direct the child. Okay, she's not going to be in the center and then say and give instructions to the child and the child is following that. The teacher is going to give an environment to the child, and that type of environment is called as a prepared environment. Okay, I'll be showing you tomorrow that what is a conventional environment and what is a prepared environment. There's a lots of difference between a prepared environment and a conventional environment. Okay, so the first and the foremost difference is the teacher is instructing the child, and here the directress is just observing and directing the child. The directress is observing whether the child is not getting some hurt. The directress is observing whether the child is following the proper skill the child wants to do it. First, initially, the teacher will do it and then show it to them. Second day, the teacher is not there in the classroom. The same material which the teacher has done yesterday is kept on his table, like how we have in the labs, you know. If you all have done science, if you all are science graduates, or if you all have done science experiments in your 9th or 10th or 11th or 12th, then you may be understanding that when you enter into the lab, what do we get it into the lab? All the material, whatever experiments we want to do it in the lab, the material is always kept on the table. The lab assistant always tell us that all those acids and bases and all those materials are there on your table. You just go there and you just have to do the activity there. The instructions are written on the board in front of the table. Just follow those instructions and do the practical, isn't it? If you all remember that. Same type of experience we have to give it to the child in Montessori school. Now you'll say that when we go to the lab, we are grown up, we can read the instructions and then we can understand, right? So here, what we are doing in Montessori schools, we are first directing the first day as a teacher, and the second day, we are just giving them the thing and the teacher is not available in the classroom. Teacher is observing, sitting at the side, and the child doesn't know that the teacher is there. The first observance is that whether the child goes and chooses the material which the teacher has showed yesterday. If the child goes and chooses the material on his or her own, that means the child is showing interest on the activity which he has seen yesterday. If the child is not picking up any material, that means the child is not showing interest in that activity and the child needs to develop some of the other interest related skills. Here the directress needs to work, right? So this was about how we can work more about Montessori in the home. All these things I have explained you. Here we come about the life of Montessori. Dr. Maria Montessori was born in Italy in 1870 at Cherwell. It was very a small province at that time, but yet now it is a very big area in Italy. She was having a great aptitude towards mathematics, and so because of that, their parents moved her to Rome. Okay, and there she engineered in many different fields, and afterward she graduated herself in the field of medicine. She was the first woman in the Italy area where she attained the degree of Doctor of Medicine. That means she was a science graduate, and that is why her method involves the practical material, the practical methods, okay? Because her method actually implemented on learning by doing, the kinesthetic method, right? So because she was a science graduate, she implemented all the scientific methods and materials and scientific apparatus in front of the children. Okay, in Rome, the schools which are like ashrams in India, Those schools were called as Casa di Bambini. Those schools were called as Casa di Bambini in Rome. This is a Roman word. Casa di Bambini means the children's house. So initially, see here, it is written Casa di Bambini. So she got to live there in Casa di Bambini. And there, the children used to live there. So as you all know, when we live in ashrams in India, you know, our ancestors, Lord Rama and many different kings' children, they were living in the Guru ashrams. What they used to learn there. Same is the method in Dr. Maria Montessori. The difference is there that she was in Italy and our Indians were in India. And there is no other difference. If we talk about Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, and many different uh, children of kings, Bharat, King Bharat, okay, from whose name our country India is named as Bharat. Okay, he was the son of Shantanu, right? So they all went to the Guru ashram. What they used to do, they used to pick up the sticks and they used to go it for cooking, and their age was also at 6 or 7 years, right? They were also very small kids, right? They used to sweep the goshalas. Okay, they used to sweep the whole ashram. Then they used to dress up their own self. Their parents were not there. Guru Mata used to help them, right? All this system was there in India, but in Italy also the same system was there, and that was called as children's house. In Roman language, we used to call it as Casa di Bambini. So there they used to live. So Dr. Montessori, she involved these type of methods, and she introduced this Casa di Bambini and published her new book of scientific pedagogy and applied to child education. This was her first book, and she wrote that not only the graduates, a 3 to 4 year child also can imbibe these type of scientific pedagogy and learn to be independent. To send the child to the ashram at the age of 6 years, the Indian rulers, why they used to do that? Because they wanted their child to become independent. Same thing the to Maria Montessori wanted to do. But it was in a different area and a different method in a different place. So as we are in India, I am trying to explain you relating to our terms so that you can understand it much and more better. So there is nothing difference between the Indian old system of education and the new method named as Montessori method. It is same, nothing different. But the difference is now it is that the child is going home and coming back, we are giving them that activity. Nowadays, if we are telling the child to sweep the classroom, the child is going to go to the home and they said that today I swept the classroom. The parent is just going to stand up like this. Are my children coming to the school to sweep the classroom? You don't have ayahs in your school? They're going to say that, isn't it? But earlier in Gurukuls, the child of a king also used to sweep the ashram, isn't it? But never the king used to go to the Gurukul and said that my child is sweeping your ashram, right? Isn't it? So this is nothing but a modern name is given to the old system of education. Montessori is nothing but to understand the practical life with a scientific approach. Understood? So this is about Dr. Maria Montessori, the way she worked and the way she analyzed. So tomorrow we'll be understanding about how she understood that what is the way of learning, how the child grabs. So here we have done till here, we have understood about everything till here. Now tomorrow we'll be learning from here that Dr. Montessori, she actually from birth, how many sensitive periods she is having, what is the age level of the child, at what age level the child understands what. Okay, that we are going to understand. So we have done here till page number 13 today. From tomorrow we'll be doing till page number 14. Before that, I would just like to ask you, is there any doubt or any problem? If you want to ask anything, you are free to ask. Any doubts? Any questions? Did you all understood what did I said?
Yes, ma'am. It was clear.
Yes.
It was clear. What we did today is clear. Up to this, it's clear.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So, Suniram, Kartika, Sudeshna, and Shobna.
Yeah, no doubt, ma'am.
So it is totally clear.
No,
Okay.
ma'am, it
So
was
today
clear,
and
ma'am.
tomorrow we will be explaining about, we'll be understanding more about. Today we understood who was Dr. Maria Montessori and what were her idea, what was her philosophy. Okay. Now tomorrow we'll be seeing the actual thing, that how and what is the age level of the child. Understood? It is nothing but a psychology. But it becomes very vast when we understand, when we talk about child psychology. It is a very vast topic. So we are not moving towards the vast topic of child psychology. We are understanding what Dr. Maria Montessori thought about the scientific approach in the scientific method. Okay? Fine. So thank you very much. I'll be sending this class also. Today I'll be sending both the classes in the WhatsApp and also in the GT.
Ma'am. Ma'am, ma'am.